Luis Enrique once said confidently, "I don't need one player scoring 40 goals a season. I'd rather have 4 players scoring 12 each. It actually adds up to more." That bold declaration last summer, just as Mbappe officially left PSG for Real Madrid, was met with widespread skepticism. Losing such an elite striker, the man who had practically carried their attack for years, led many to question whether PSG under Enrique would still be competitive. But after a wildly successful 2024-25 campaign, the answer couldn't be clearer. PSG didn't just dominate Ligue 1 in commanding fashion. Their crowning achievement was winning the Champions League for the first time in the club's history. They even defeated Mbappe's Real Madrid in the Club World Cup semifinal. It was a powerful rebuttal to all the early doubts and a resounding vindication of Enrique's philosophy. Luis Enrique made it clear from the start, the collective came first, with no room for prima donnas. Before the Spanish coach arrived, PSG was a glittering showcase of attacking superstars: Neymar, Messi, Mbappe. Yet assembling such brilliant individuals wasn't a recipe for success. Instead, it produced humiliating failures, becoming memes for bitter remontada collapses that exposed a lack of cohesion and discipline in Paris's style of play. Enrique understood this perfectly. From his first steps on the Parc des Princes turf, he was blunt about changing the club's philosophy. "I never thought I'd coach PSG because of their policy of buying the biggest stars. But now they have to change," he declared, starting his revolution without compromise. Neymar, the face of inconsistency and lavish living, was the first to go. Even Marco Verratti, a beloved veteran, wasn't spared, as Enrique deemed his lifestyle and mindset incompatible with the discipline he demanded. Known for his passion for endurance sports, having conquered grueling marathons and ultra-trails, Enrique brought demanding, high-intensity training sessions, strict tactical discipline, and a strong emphasis on collective responsibility. No player was exempt from defensive duties, not even the club's biggest star, Mbappe. When the World Cup winner chose to leave last summer, many worried PSG would lose their attacking edge. But Enrique's trademark optimism quickly quelled those fears with his message about preferring a team that can share the scoring burden instead of relying on one individual. Over 2 transfer windows tailored to his philosophy, Luis Enrique built a squad ideal for his brand of football. Maximum possession, rapid movement, suffocating pressing. It's the style that won him the Champions League a decade ago with Barcelona. Yet, this approach doesn't always guarantee success, as shown during his time leading Spain between 2018 and 2022. The lowest point came with Spain's defeat to Morocco at the World Cup, where they held 77% possession and completed over 1,000 passes, but managed just a single shot on target. Former Spain striker Iago Aspas remarked that Enrique always had a clear plan, but when Plan A didn't work, there was no Plan B. Similar doubts about Enrique's adaptability surfaced early in PSG's Champions League campaign. Despite controlling games, they struggled to score. After a loss to Arsenal in October, Enrique's curt and dismissive response to tactical questions only fueled concern. "I don't intend to explain my tactics because you wouldn't understand anyway." Another defeat to Bayern Munich a month later left PSG in a tough spot, seemingly on the brink of yet another early exit from the Champions League. But a remarkable comeback against Manchester City in January turned their season around. It marked the start of an impressive run as PSG swept aside Liverpool, Atalanta, and Arsenal. After the dramatic penalty shootout win at Anfield, Arne Slot openly praised his PSG counterpart. Enrique has built an impressive team defined by speed, relentless work ethic, and exceptional midfield quality. His philosophy that no individual is bigger than the collective didn't just create cohesion in PSG's style of play, it also allowed several previously undervalued players to make huge strides. Ousmane Dembele is a prime example. Once mocked for poor finishing, last season Dembele turned into a fearsome scoring machine with 35 goals in 52 matches, surpassing his total from the previous 5 seasons combined. This remarkable transformation owes much to Enrique. By positioning the number 10 role at the heart of the attack and leveraging Dembele's 2-footed skill, Enrique maximized his potential. When asked about sacrifice and team spirit, Dembele answered simply, "He always told us that if you don't press and defend, someone else will take your spot. That's why all of us had to defend equally." Kvaratskhelia, the €70 million signing from Napoli during the winter transfer window, is another testament to Enrique's tactical flexibility. The Georgian star can perform well in multiple roles, from attack to defense, adding unpredictability to PSG's style. The clash with Real Madrid highlighted the difference between a well-organized team and one still in transition. PSG taught Real a lesson in how to operate as a modern collective with coordinated pressing, smooth transitions, and above all, individual commitment. Yet to be fair, blaming Real's loss entirely on Mbappe would be wrong. According to French media, Mbappe suffered an acute bout of gastritis that caused him to lose up to 6 kilograms. For a professional athlete, such sudden weight loss inevitably affects stamina and performance. Nevertheless, at 26, Mbappe is at a critical stage of evolving his game. He's no longer the young forward needing special treatment, but must now become a true leader, contributing in all phases of play. The victory over Real Madrid was clear proof of the philosophy Enrique tried to instill in Mbappe. Many still remember the story comparing Mbappe to basketball legend Michael Jordan, a player who not only attacked brilliantly, but also defended with relentless intensity. Enrique wanted Mbappe to understand that to become the best player in the world, he needed to contribute in every aspect of the game. But those lessons never seemed to truly sink in. We saw the difference clearly in their recent clash. While Dembele, under Enrique's guidance, worked tirelessly to press and exploit Real's defensive mistakes, Mbappe seemed rather relaxed when it came to defensive support. PSG breezed past Real's first pressing line as if it were just a light warm-up. The contrast between Dembele, who has visibly improved under Enrique's philosophy, and Mbappe, who has yet to meet those expectations, is truly thought-provoking. It's clear that despite his innate attacking brilliance, Mbappe's lack of defensive effort is creating a real burden on Real Madrid's system. Still, Madridistas can have faith in Xabi Alonso. The Spanish coach will surely recognize what needs to be improved in Mbappe's game and help him evolve into a more complete player, just as Luis Enrique did before. Alonso will likely demand more from the French forward, not just goals, but also commitment to team play and collective work. Is Mbappe ready to change and become the leader Real Madrid expects him to be? Time will tell. But for this new era to succeed, Mbappe will need to do more than score goals. He must defend, press, and inspire his teammates. Talent alone isn't enough. He'll have to put the team above himself. And Real fans will be hoping Alonso is the one to help Mbappe realize that, just as Enrique revived Dembele and built a very different PSG.